What is Guidewire PolicyCenter and why is it important to test? Guidewire PolicyCenter is a policy administration system used by insurers to manage the entire insurance policy lifecycle, from quoting to renewal. Testing ensures accuracy in underwriting, rating, policy issuance, and renewals. Proper testing reduces risks, avoids financial loss, and ensures regulatory compliance while providing a seamless user experience. What are the key modules of PolicyCenter that require testing? Important modules include quoting, policy creation, underwriting, renewals, endorsements, cancellations, reinstatements, rating engine, product model, and integration with BillingCenter and ClaimCenter. Each module must be tested for accuracy, workflows, business rules, and end-to-end processing. What types of testing are commonly performed in PolicyCenter? Functional testing, UI and workflows, regression testing, validating fixes, integration testing with external systems, user acceptance testing, UAT, performance testing for load and scalability, and automation testing for repeatable tasks. How do you test a new insurance product in PolicyCenter? Testing a new product involves validating the product model configuration, rating engine, underwriting rules, policy issuance, and document generation. Testers create multiple scenarios, such as new business, midterm endorsements, cancellations, and renewals, to ensure the product functions as designed. What is the role of business rules in PolicyCenter testing? Business rules control workflows such as underwriting approvals, rating, and eligibility. Testers verify that rules fire correctly in different scenarios and ensure no unintended bypasses occur. Negative testing is also important to validate business rule restrictions. How do you perform integration testing in PolicyCenter? Integration testing validates PolicyCenter's communication with external systems such as BillingCenter, ClaimCenter, document management, and third-party services, credit checks, rating engines. Testers use stubs, APIs, or real-time connections to validate request-response flows and ensure data consistency. How is regression testing handled in PolicyCenter? Regression testing ensures new changes do not break existing functionality. It's handled by maintaining reusable test cases, automated regression suites, often using Selenium or Tosca, and prioritizing high-impact workflows like quoting, renewals, and cancellations. What are common defects found in PolicyCenter testing? Common defects include incorrect rating calculations, missing policy documents, failed workflow triggers, incorrect endorsements, issues in cancellation or reinstatement, integration failures, and UI validation errors. How do you test the rating engine in PolicyCenter? Testers validate rating tables, formulas, and calculation logic. They test multiple scenarios, different coverage limits, deductibles, discounts, and endorsements. Results are compared against actuarial or expected rating values. How do you test PolicyCenter workflows? Workflows such as new business, endorsements, renewals, cancellations, reinstatements, and rewrites are validated step by step. Testers ensure tasks, approvals, and transitions are triggered correctly, and that the policy lifecycle moves smoothly across stages. What is the role of automation in PolicyCenter testing? Automation accelerates regression testing and ensures coverage for repetitive tasks. Tools like Selenium, Tosca, or UFT are used to automate UI, APIs, and workflows. Automation is especially useful for large test datasets and frequent policy transactions. How do you perform data validation in PolicyCenter testing? Data validation involves verifying that information entered during quoting and policy issuance flows correctly to the database and integrated systems. SQL queries, API responses, and reports are used to confirm accuracy and completeness. What challenges do testers face in PolicyCenter projects? Common challenges include complex workflows, frequent product changes, dependency on external integrations, large test data requirements, and performance bottlenecks during peak loads. Skilled testers mitigate these using automation, test data management, and performance testing tools. How do you test endorsements in PolicyCenter? Endorsement testing validates midterm policy changes, such as adding or removing coverage, updating insured details, or changing deductibles. Testers check correct premium recalculation, updated documents, workflow triggers, and integration updates. What are test scenarios for cancellations and reinstatements? Scenarios include voluntary cancellations, non-payment cancellations, and reinstatements without lapse. Testers verify workflows, premium refunds, billing updates, and coverage continuity across reinstated policies. How do you test renewals in PolicyCenter? Renewal testing checks automatic renewal offers, underwriting validations, premium recalculations, updated documents, and correct policy status. Both successful renewals and declined, blocked renewals are tested. What is the importance of batch process testing in PolicyCenter? PolicyCenter uses batch processes for jobs like renewal offers, cancellation processing, and data synchronization. Testers validate job execution, performance, error handling, and data updates across systems. How do you test PolicyCenter document generation? Document testing validates policy documents like quotes, binders, declarations, endorsements, and renewal notices. Testers ensure accuracy in content, formatting, branding, and compliance with regulatory requirements. What is your approach to performance testing in PolicyCenter? Performance testing validates PolicyCenter's scalability under peak loads. Tools like JMeter or LoadRunner simulate multiple users performing quoting, policy creation, and renewals to measure response time, throughput, and system stability. How do you handle test data in PolicyCenter projects? Testers prepare datasets covering multiple scenarios, various customer types, coverages, risk factors, and endorsements. Data may be created manually, imported through APIs, or cloned from production with masking for sensitive data. How do you test integration with BillingCenter? Testing ensures that billing instructions, invoices, and premium payments flow correctly between PolicyCenter and BillingCenter. Scenarios include new policies, endorsements, cancellations, and renewals impacting billing schedules. How do you test integration with ClaimCenter? Testing ensures that policy information flows correctly to ClaimCenter for claim creation. Policy data such as coverage, limits, and deductibles must be consistent between systems. What are negative testing scenarios in PolicyCenter? Examples include creating policies with missing mandatory fields, invalid rating factors, duplicate entries, or unauthorized endorsements. Negative testing ensures PolicyCenter enforces validations and error handling correctly. What tools are commonly used in PolicyCenter testing? Tools include Selenium or Tosca for automation, JMeter or LoadRunner for performance testing, SOAP or REST clients for API validation, and SQL for database checks. How do you ensure quality in a PolicyCenter implementation project? Quality is ensured through proper test planning, coverage of functional and non-functional scenarios, automation for regression, continuous integration testing, defect management, and collaboration between testers, developers, and business analysts.